Welcome to Open Minds, Open Mic, the place to be on a Friday night. We have a very special delight for you in the form of a wonderful feature by Malysa, the exclusive. Really excited to hear from her. We also have a wonderful lineup of poets. Uh, we have, in fact, a poet from overseas who stayed up all night to be here. Um, Laura Grevel, if you could unmute yourself and bless us with some words and kick us off tonight, I would greatly appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited to be here for the second time after quite a while. And I picked some things that more nature-oriented short pieces that are cheerful because sometimes you just can't read sad pieces. So these are two sonnets, and I rarely write sonnets, but here they are. And the first is based on something that really happened, and it is, well, both are. This one is called she, the pronoun. The toad, as large as a child's dollhouse, appeared mother-willed near me one warm day, as I freed small trees from nettles and rose, wielding my sharp clippers wildly and gay. The silent toad crouched, judgment in her stillness, gray-brown in color, and knobbed as with clay. Her musing stopped my work as would kindness. Then my feet picked me up, led me away. Tonight from this bed I hear her again. Before dawn leaves a cold white hovering. She hibernates out there, a living hymn. In the woods, in a burrow, eyes closing. Holding her ancient knowing close, she prays, a simple silence that makes the moon sway. The next sonnet is called Song of the Owl. As the heat crawled off, dragging its crooked tail, as the earth shook loose from the sweat-wet claws, I wild in the eve of blue dusk tales, I waited for the calm of night's good pause. As the forest's brow hid the nesting fowl, whose settling twitch and whir stitched night's own dress over nodding leaf and the sky's low bowl, I waited for the crowning sound that blessed, and there, as twilight bowed and hushed the moon, from direction of vale and burbling creek, came the coo and mew, the shimmering rune, floating from the curve of an owlish beak, coasting on the air, simple, profound, cresting as life's dream, an answer found. And then the third poem is called The Simple Days. Over the ragged spruce forests, the curving breasts of meadows, the bulbous granite outcrops, into the yellow-eyed mustard fields, drift the flakes of quiet, my love. And the sky is the color of clouds. There is silence underfoot. The air grows hazy as the roads close their veins on the journey up the mountain, my love. Each remaining year of our lives, each autumn turned on its back, each time to surrender will paint the scene white, my love. The details will dim, the snow cover pull over our bed as the simple days arrive with our acceptance, my love. Thank you very much.
Laura, that was insanely beautiful. Like, oh my God. And I love the one about frogs. Frog is my spirit animal. That was so awesome.
Amazing.
Absolutely
Okay,
beautiful writing, Laura. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah.
thank you.
Everybody,
Amazing.
please give it up for Laura.
I thank you for starting this out with
Yeah.
peaceful pieces because I'm so unpeaceful. I feel like all my pieces are like, come here, let me grab you right quick. So I'm so glad you're peaceful. I love your tone. I love your delivery. First of all, I just love your aura. You look peaceful. And so I thank you for bringing that. I thank you for that smile. I thank you for your one dimple. I'm a part of the one dimple club. And I absolutely enjoyed that. Thank you.
Thank you very
Oh,
much.
it was so lovely. It was like Saturday afternoon tea with friends. I mean, it was just lovely. You just want to wrap it around you and just revel in the words. It was so beautiful.
And
And
whisper,
welcome back.
the frog was this, the toad was this big. I just was like, I froze. I need to go very slowly away in another direction and leave this nice toad alone.
Right. Excellent. Oh, thank you so much for those pieces. And I noticed we have Timothy Proctor uh, enter the room. Timothy, would you like to share with us tonight?
Hey, how you guys doing? Here to support my good sister Malysa. And wow, that's awesome. Sure, I would love to share. If that's okay with you guys.
Of course, I got you on the list, brother. Um, yeah,
All right.
excited to hear from you.
All right,
Um,
all right.
and so yeah, we'll keep this thing going. On deck, we have John Michael, the new host of our Monday Night Chaos Magic show. And in fact, he's going to be doing a bit of a collab with me for my second piece. But the first piece that I have that I want to share with you guys comes from a young gentleman named Alex Fong. I believe some of you guys may know him. And he lives outside of Los Angeles. And he sent me an email this morning and it was like, hey, like I'm okay. I'm not gonna burn up in a fire, just to, just to let you know that I'm safe. But he goes, here's a poem. And I said, well, can I cover it for you tonight since you can't come and read it for us? And he said, I would feel honored. So this is written by Alex Fong, and it's a song named Inspire. The desire to soar higher like never before can help assuage the fear of uncertainty. And given the nature of reality, it takes effort to become a civil member of society. So respect the boundaries of propriety while offering hope for humanity, and understand how to inspire through the burning desire to make the world a better place without ever becoming lost without a trace. And that was from Alex Fong, and he wanted me to let the Open Minds community know that he is okay and safe from the forest fires that are just causing absolute devastation. And so, big shout out to all the firefighters out there, and bigger shout out to the inmates that they've sent out there who are getting paid pennies to put their lives at risk to help save lives. So, and the fact that they're doing that for pennies because they know that they're gonna be able to help some people. So even though the government might not be looking after them, they're looking after us. So that's awesome. This next piece, I know some of you guys are aware. Me and John, I was stuck in a writer's block, so to speak, and John said, "Well, let's just write. Right, I'll write some, you write." And now I think we're on like 20 pages of this epic collab. We have two other artists involved in it, and we're gonna release it in volumes, like biannually, right? Because like we're already at 20 pages, and it's been less than a month, so like we're just gonna keep, you know, building to this. Um, and so yeah, John, if you'd like to start us off, hold on, let me pin us for the recording. Here. 1 second.
I keep moving from reality to dream state,
Okay.
unsure of which is which. This ditch is now a moat that surrounds me, trapped in the middle of society. Opening my eyes to see this monitor in front of me with players playing music, the nuisance of a messy desk. Where am I and how do I stitch the seams together? I ask the seamstress of all creation. My destination has been inflated by the egos that surround me, distantly arbitrating this situation that I'm lost in. The cost of this mind being half in and out of reality.
I would love to shout, but no one would hear me. Clearly, life in a haze is foggy. See, this light penetrates deep into the shadows, but sleep happens with my eyes closed. So even when I try to see my dreams, they still seem to be slightly out of my reach. I can see the clocks are still mocking me, forcing me to move forward, just like the force of time. So I get in line.
I find the trine within me, guiding me, enlightening this control of actions that make the clock tick tock. For time is just a forfeit, a punishment to imprison me for eternity. See, you are the divine, the creator, the maker of your own reality.
So make choices that empower everyone you'll ever meet. Keep a place in your heart for all the lost souls to be welcomed. Remember, when it comes down to it, we are all one. Fuck it, I'm on one. So let me get to it. I influenced three cool kids for nothing less than a high five. Take the time for yourself and breathe in slowly for at least 3 seconds to give your mind one place to be blessed within. 15 pages of an enraged witch's scribbles. A wizard within begins to cast a spell to dissolve all things evil, but then I awake again, and the clock is still 5 past the last time I cracked my eyes open, feeling like no one.
Hoping this dopamine level reduces and soothes me back into this sleep. My eyes creep at the clock where these dreams start to lock me deep within this half slept reality I'm in. My mind drifts in like the snow in a blizzard. The gizzards are calling, and the yard is falling from the sky that is green, and this pavement is blue with the hue of warped visions that these seams are folding in, folding out, caught in this drought of sleep that I need so desperately.
My respiratory system has turned its back on me, so I lack the capacity to keep myself breathing while I'm sleeping. So I'm constantly caught in a state of dreams that rip me in and out of my reality. Did I die yet? Can I fly yet? Did I even actually try it? You just might. If I took the leap, we would just grow wings and soar above these harsh frequencies that frequently keep me seized from peace. I'm unevenly spread across these dimensions I reside in.
Tied down by gravity, bearing the weight of this atmospheric pressure, nothing more or less of the stress, this reality flying on the broken wings of society, a variety of discontent and division, the seeds planted through the programming of your television, bondaged by the ropes of your governments to quarantine, not to be seen, distracting the distracted from the reaction of your manufactured hopes and dreams. These seams seem to be unstitching this fabric of eternity, unveiling the matrix, the maze in which you've been silenced.
Imagine if science and spirituality combined forces to unveil the keys to prosperity for all to be in a state of positivity. Take your time, lean into these ideals. We are all one family. Can you feel it? Let's be real, if everyone helped out the next one, then no one would be left out. It's only right. We can eliminate the need for anything. But I guess this is a dream few are willing to reach for, so I explore different ways to create the same outcome. How come we love to hate and succumb to these fake leaders leading us through the pond scum? Sometimes I feel like I'm done.
But see, it all starts with community. From the beginning of humankind, civilizations combined as one, each soul with their own purpose. Everyone has their place and chips in to share the burdens and benefits, celebrating each other's gifts. No race, just keeping a pace in the journey. The elders would speak words of wisdom from the visions and lessons, the blessings for each heart beats in peace, love, and harmony, the essence of a family.
Damned if I would ever be influencing inequality. Inevitably, we can all reach for the skies. You see, these lies they feed you and me are meant to create a divided humanity. Let's make a plan to be the best we can dream. Fuck the system and believe in these times of we. Think for ourselves and let this planet see a new breed of people who demand to bring light to the evil.
And like Knievel, I'm jumping canyons, leaps and bounds, astound to the fact that I found my back and I have it every damn day. Showing up in every moment for this time, I'm here to stay. Tired of the damn talk, stand tall, I walk and I'm getting it done. Stunned. Shit, I've just begun.
So, welcome, one and all, to this something that someone has made for y'all. These pages are all aged and stained with years of fallen tears and sweat, laced with the inner workings of a berserk merchant selling books filled with crooks and crooked lines, thin blue lines and thick yellow tape draped across these eyes. The mistakes are so thick we are all standing in the skies while they stand in disguised.
Recognized are the lies hidden in silent truths. A couth made of vowels that turn my bowels inside out. I'm sickened by this stricken echo that rings in the halls with no balls to change these actions. Just cheap talk that walks the longest mile of denial, for somewhere inside me, I denied these dreams from becoming reality. And this duality waged a war that raged in folklore for 4 scores and 7 years. A lake of tears that overflowed into an ocean of tears. And yet all this time went by thinking I was sincere, only to realize those were the headlights and I was the deer, frozen in the stares of my own sears that burnt my soul to near death, left with the scars of my own eternal battle of disgust.
I pray to those we entrust to discuss this circumstance with a balance of mind, body, and soul. I'll grow old and die trying to speak between the lines. I'm contrived and writhing in this time you left for mine, and there's no time for dying, just doing fine. Thanks for asking. But perhaps you should be laughing at the way we walk in circles, swirling, ignoring, snoring, drooling, dreaming.
Dreaming in this stream, I'm dreaming, and while you're leaning in this line that's dying in the neglect of your own circumstance, the freelance of your column and the psalm of the lot. But you forgot the hymns of the seminary dim of that light that drew you into the thoughts of your own personal hell. That state of mind, that grind you find in the moments left behind like Jesus on the cross. Just another forgot from the sins of everyone else's emotional grins. But I'm not the one smiling. Just dialing the number you gave me, engraved me with another lie, and still I try to move on, but I'm trapped within the thoughts that drown me at the bottom of this bottle.
Full speed, but no throttle, fully flying through the sea above the trees, everywhere all at once, but not a thing. Individuals, indivisible by us and we. Trust the things we can touch when it seems the scene is not what you or I see. My lust for the clock to stop at the right fold of the hand demands my every attempt at attention, climbing over this retention wall into a detention to free my intention from the suspense of suspension.
Just another lesson presented in plain sight, but it must have been night and I missed it. Resisted this, enlisted in the suffering while buffering these intrusive thoughts. It seemed like a lot, and that mountain grew higher. My hope was dire, and myself a liar who once stood tall, only to fall on on the broken legs of truth. Uncouth, I was free, given leeway with 50 ways to leave my lover undercover, but couldn't recover for the glove didn't fit. I must have quit, but couldn't quit, for I was growing tired and wanted to retire this life I was living.
Thank y'all. Give it up for John Michael on this collab.
Wow. Amazing collab.
Fantastic work, you guys. Y'all flow really well together. Good stuff.
Right? It really did sound like it just flowed really well together. I was stuck. I liked it.
Wonderful, really wonderful.
Yeah, I like that. You're the voice that you guys have interchangeably. It's so soothing. Like I could turn you guys on and listen to this and be in a total state of meditation, but peacefulness. I feel like it pours in, but it brings reality checks all at the same time. It taps on everything from religion to just your thoughts. And so, oh my God, I enjoyed that. You said there's like 20 pages full.
Yeah.
I need it all.
And we have other people too that we're bringing in and out of, right? Because like, how can I call it an epic collab without having like 100 poets on it by the end, right? We want to release it in volumes, but then we also want to release it in volume as well and like perform it and have it as like an audio book and videos of us performing it as well as like a text. But yeah, thank you guys so much for that. Eventually, every one of you guys in this room are gonna have to get on it. We've been pulling people in here and there and adding to it, right? And the concept behind it is I have sleep apnea, and so I stop breathing on average every 7 minutes. And so I always get ripped in and out of my dreams, like gasping for air, dying, right? And so that really lends itself to an infinite poem because you could be brought back to reality or into a dream state where you can talk about almost anything or blur the lines between is this reality or a dream or and so the concept behind it really lends itself to being this infinite poem, right? And yeah, so we're really glad that you guys enjoy it. And we're gonna keep working on it. Like it's 20 some pages now with two other artists, and we're gonna be bringing more people in. But yeah, thank you guys for sitting here and listening. And now on deck we have Nemo Sum, and then we're gonna go into the Malysa feature. But coming up to the plate now, we got John Michael again. I know he has another piece that he wants to read for us. So.
All right. I'm gonna read an older piece. I think I've read it here a couple times, so I'm not sure. It's just what I got up on the screen. This is one titled Home. It's not often you find a soul that feels like home, where the weather is always perfect. Another part of you to reflect the dark and light. Someone who maybe just might see you for who you are, a shining star. Not from this galaxy, but far off in a different dimension. The same vibe and flow, where 1 second everything is real fast and then crawls to a slow. But did I mention how much I love thee unconditionally, without a hidden agenda? For see, our souls and minds are similar, your presence familiar, as if we've been connected, etched into the fabric of eternity. Two souls just looking for the comfort in the midst of all the suffering. See, I love you for you, wild and free, a lot like me. One soul split in two, but magnetically stick like glue. Who knew we would find each other again? A journey to begin and relive, a chance to just hold on and breathe and feel each other's energy. Just in one moment by each other's side, we can confide and be set free. Just wanted to take this moment to let y'all know what you mean to me. Love y'all. Joe Michael.
Everybody, unmute yourselves. Give it up to the new host of Monday Night's Chaos Magic, John Michael.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell
Thank
yeah,
you. Thank
right.
you.
Hell yeah.
Nice job.
All right. So on deck, we've got Malysa, the exclusive with the feature set. But coming up to the plate now, ending out the first part of round one, we still have a round one continued list after the feature. We have none other than my brother, no one, or shall I say, Nemo. So,
Thank you. I have three thematically connected micropoems, and this is all new ink, or at least I'm still working on them. Everyone at this table is fighting to heal. Mary doesn't make eye contact while Billy sleeps in the corner. Tim is in the middle of his life story, and Susan wears long sleeves, but you still see the scars. Nobody can understand what Glenn is saying. The business we do here is the business of survival. Marcy doesn't talk to men while Mia has gotten clean again. Nelson asks Marcy why nobody cares. Edward keeps interrupting and Elliot keeps rolling his eyes. Somebody is taking Nancy's lunch. We could all walk out, but we're staying here. Thomas can't stop shaking and Patty smells like lavender and weed. Bobby's bouncing is triggering Tina, but Tina has nowhere else to go. Everybody knows Sandra's full of shit. I'll be here again next week. Some faces will be missing. Some faces will be new. Sarah says the only way to save her son is sending him to prison. Horace is trying to stay out of the hospital while Paula's meds make her feel dead inside. Becca wrote a beautiful poem about grief, but couldn't finish. So Joseph read it for her. Joseph is afraid to meet the souls he sent to hell. The phone on the wall won't stop ringing, but no one answers because no one knows what to say. 15 people have stopped by today, looking in my window. I've gotten 5 offers of advice, 4 condemnations, 3 reasons I'm doing it wrong, 2 come on sailors, and 1 woman with a mean look tapping on the glass to remind me she's out there alone. 1 more time will be 2 times too many. I've got more than 3 sides to my story. 4 riders over my shoulder, these 5 fingers still clutch this microphone. I am more than 15 sets of eyes can see. Thank you for stopping by. Please, come again. Sad King John would like to say hello. Or Sad King John would like to confess. Or Sad King John would like you to know that he saw it, but couldn't stop it. Or Sad King John would like to show you the fragments and tell you which elbow did the bumping and offer to pay generously for the damages. Sad King John would like to explain how he messed it up. Or Sad King John would like to apologize for how few lines he's written and how often he speaks them and how bored you all must be. Or Sad King John would like to smash it all to bits. Sad King John knows why they left. Sad King John would like to stop being so loud. Or maybe he's too quiet. Or Sad King John would like to stop saying stupid stuff when he was trying to be nice. What does nice mean anyways? Or Sad King John would like to sing, but he doesn't. Sad King John would like to watch the city lights blink and hear the hum of the cars passing by and be still. Or Sad King John would just like to say goodnight. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Give it up for Nemo Sum.
Absolutely amazing, Nemo, as always.
Great work.
Yes. New ink. Now, what made you collectively put those together? Like, what was the bridge or the inspiration of the bridge?
Well, a lot of it's interconnected because a lot of it's what I've been writing recently. Sorry, I'm tongue twisting myself. And, actually, that's a really good question. Oftentimes I know which ones fit together, but I don't always know exactly what the theme is. I just know that those are the 3 poems that I need to read right now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess if I'm being honest, that's really what it was tonight. Is those were the 3 things I really needed to read right now.
And that's what I always find so interesting when you put together these micro poems into micro triptychs, because I've heard sometimes several of these poems, but then when you arrange them in certain orders, it's almost like a flash photo of what you're going through emotionally at the time that you chose to put those pieces together. So I always find that interesting to see which ones you choose that'll fit into place. So yeah, man. Just once again, Nemo Sum, everybody. All right. Now On deck and round one continued. We have Douglas Kala if he comes back. If not, Whisper Poet will be going. But we have the moment you all have been waiting for. Malysa, the exclusive.
Now, let me ask you this question first. How many pieces do I owe you guys?
I mean, like I told you before, when I do these features, I don't like to put a time limit on creativity. How can
Perfect.
I tell you, oh, you have 20 minutes to do your, or you have an hour, So it's a smaller room tonight. We're all here to see you. It's your night. You know what I mean? I think everyone in this room is been waiting for this moment here. We all wanted to share poetry and stuff, but
Bless y'all.
we all showed up to see you, right? So, um, go until you feel like you've been heard, right? So let me do your little bio here, little intro. Malysa, the exclusive, is a native of PG County, Maryland. Oh, we got Jeff showing up. We have another person. See, this is why I like to wait. Remember what I was telling you about waiting for the feed? Because we've had like 4 or 5 other people now pop in just in time to hear the feature. But yeah, Malysa the Exclusive is a native of PG County, Maryland. She has been writing poetry since she was in middle school, but has recently started sharing her work on various social media platforms such as YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Clubhouse, etc., etc., etc. She has performed for such artists as Dr. Dre of Yo MTV Raps, Omar Gooding, and O Solo, to name a few. She has also traveled to be featured off the virtual screen in Texas, Tennessee, Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Maryland. You can catch a bit of her personality and unique style on live streams and replays where she currently co-hosts and co-creates or co-curates uh, Jack of All Talks, Penning New Paths, and the Great Lyricist Only podcast. Malysa intentionally writes from the inside out as a form of therapeutic ministry and hopes to provide transparency on mental health issues, parenting, relationships, and everyday life perspectives. She describes herself as a sapiosexual foodie, loving to laugh and eager to lend her time, talent, and energy to anywhere that promotes growth, awareness, and the opportunity to mentor others. Which I think she found the spot for that. Without further ado, before you get to speak, everybody unmute yourselves real quick and give it up for tonight's feature. Malysa, the exclusive.
Let's go, Malysa.
Yeah. Go poet.
No pressure. I appreciate you guys. I'm a nervous wreck, and I don't even know why. And I'm gonna say to you what I say to everybody else. I kind of get in and get out the way because I'm a fan of this art, and so I love to watch just as much as I like to move along. So let's start with an introduction. Self-control. Is it like a form of bondage or maybe giving homage to the laws, commandments, and statutes that spiritually, mentally, and physically confine you or just confined you? Self control. It's like putting your emotions on hold. You got to freeze them cold. Because, baby, once you warm up this tongue, it becomes a disaster. And it'll incinerate your whole happily ever after while simultaneously filling me up with laughter. But let's unpack this disaster, shall we? Now, suppose I called you a slut, your mama a mutt, and said her father had you after his father busted a misguided nut, but self control will tell me I should shut the fuck up. You see, inside this mental space, baby, there be padded walls. And in order for you to walk these halls, you got to have the balls, big draws. No matter what certificate, doctorate, or PhD, it'll never amount to the levels of this degree, if you understand me. No matter what you add or you take away, baby, it'll never equal my problem. Allow me to introduce myself. It's Malysa. You spell that Malysa, but if you flip that around and pronounce it again, it sounds like asylum. And yeah, I know that shit's crazy. Self control. It's something I try to grab every day when I wake up. But I usually end up with two handfuls if I really don't give a fuck. You ever wrestled with yourself? Because I have. And I've taken a few L's, so I don't have W's to pass out. And oh well. It would be wise for you to pay attention while this is in session. Don't become the focus of the lesson or my aggression because that he said and that she said will have you clouded with the wrong perception. And I see you heading in the wrong direction. So before you leave, I'm just going to scream, objection! But then I'm going to calm down and turn around so I can go finish my reflection about having more self-control. Poem.
Yo, you got me with
Okay,
that whole
okay, let's go. Let's
asylum
go now.
bit.
Let's
I
go.
didn't even realize
Self-control.
that until you said it. Yo, what? Like, hey, what? Oh,
Let's see. There are moments in my life where my mind grinds in heavy overtime. The clock don't even stop to rewind, and at the same time, I'm trying not to get left behind. Once I learned to map out those curves, it's all tomatoes, tomatoes, as long as I can be sure to catch up. But my bad, you see, I'm very passionate about what and who I believe in because I'm still grieving having to die to myself in belief that there was something greater than myself. And I threw out all the arms against bloody feet and palms of the same type of misdirection. So now I just chuck up the deuces to the wind. I think I'll go find God for myself within. And within the time that it takes to realize that you've made mistakes and then you try to take it back and give, but they just take and then they take, never realizing that you're no longer the former Potter self or the normal. You've become the latter. So you just prop yourself up next to the boat and just keep swimming your way to the escape. You see, I think that it gets the loneliest when you're trying to include other people. And that's why I'm telling you that these shoes be having issues. They felt too big from the very jump. So even when I try to connect those tear-filled, sorrow-soaked tissues, it never keeps my throat, my feet, or my hands from balling up. You see, what I'm trying to tell you is that my mind grinds in heavy overtime and the clock never stops to rewind, but at the same time, I'm trying not to get left behind. And once I learn to map out all those curves, it's pretty much tomatoes, tomatoes, as long as I can make sure that I catch up. Poem. This gonna be the kind of rhyme that wine. Not in a begging kind of wine, but a wine that you can dine on like bananas and Donkey Kong. Like, like Afro beats that get you up on the balls of your feet, winding them brown sugar ingredients for the greedy. Like, go ahead and open up. Let me feed you. Let me seed you. Sprinkle you with a little bit of knowledge. Let me help you learn how to unlock this numerical number one option, this exclusive combination. Let me drip this wisdom from between mine and onto your lips. Because I love exchanging all the different ideologies you spit. Yeah, I know they call me rotten, but have they smelled the flowers in their garden? Yeah, I know they be talking, but it be in my footprints they wishing they was walking and damn near stalking, trying to get me to forget how to separate the wheat from the tare. Meanwhile, I'm like, go ahead somewhere while I don't have time to care. Imagine mingling them crop circles with your inner circles, and now y'all all disguised like wolves in cows' clothing. So I just come and be like, move, bitch. You can get out my way. You see, the way this might be calling me, man, it just be calling me, man. It be calling me like a dope fiend. I said the way this might be calling me, man, it just be calling me like when Mike be asking Annie, are you okay? I said, the way this might be calling me, man, it just be calling me. It be calling me, man. It be calling me like a dope fiend. Sometimes the way this might be calling me and remind me like when Mike be asking Annie, are you okay? But me, baby, I be poetically starstruck, stuck somewhere between playing out and writing scenes in my mind. Like, I wonder what it's like to get good head from the brains of the class. Show and tell, but still ain't got no ass. Anyway, I told you this was going to wind a few times, like with love and passion, because I'm never a hater. And maybe I should just hashtag it executive producer Dick Wolf, but maybe not. So I'm going to reintroduce it as myself again. It's Malysa. You want to spell that Malysa, and if you flip it around, it sounds like asylum. And yeah, I know that shit's crazy. Porn. My. All right, let's see. I think I got two more for y'all. It's somewhere in the bottom of my soul.
You can keep going as long as you want. We want more. We want more.
I got two for you. Let's see. This one is actually my first poem of 2025. And a happy new year after year. We expect the expected. We carousel around with the sodomy of our economy. Highway gas prices and grocery store robberies. You almost got to starve just to eat. There's cold-blooded covered corner sheets covering innocent fathers, brothers, sisters, and mothers. Morale and compassion been traded in for fast cash, and the magic we used to see in one another seems like a fairy tale to mere mortals. Missions and children are being equally aborted due to the unglued piece of the bigger picture. Now, we're supposed to be getting wiser yet weaker, but we have no substantial evidence that it'll ever be like it was before, has been ever since. And so nothing ever makes sense. Like, how do I pile all my dollars together and still seem to be short a few cents? That's why I'm spent. But I promise you that before I choke, baby, I'm going to go for broke. Exclusive rights. Now, this last one, I'm a person who likes senses. So I'm going to turn off my camera because I would prefer that you listen to this particular piece. If you want to do the same, you're more than welcome. Welcome to my Asylum, where I ask you to listen, but don't judge. Because, yep, it was me. I begged him continually, embarrassed my character for we. Created a figment in my imagination that would never be, thinking you were the happiest I deserved. And I used to even scribble your name next to mine in cursive. But we listen and we don't judge. You see, there was a part of me, I mean, the God in me telling me, or did it? See, all this time I thought I had the right guards up and you were infiltrating my mind. But maybe it was the way you was touching the back of my spine, that tongue lashing and thug passion, something is heavenly divine. My inner, when you entered me, became my entity, enemy. I found out I was sleeping on and with the enemy, but we listen and we don't judge. I love to watch you run my panty lace across your face, sniff on your top lip and shit. Said I was your favorite flavor, but little did I know it wasn't a compliment. It was a comparison to the other lace you were sniffing to. And yeah, I knew. But we listen and we don't judge. You see, I patiently waited for him to return home every time he left me alone because, like Erica says, I love him strong. I had already prepped for the fight he picked when he got home, knowing I ain't even do nothing wrong, but it's cool because I guess it's better than having no dude. I said we listen and we don't judge. So next time I seen a smudge of only God knows what, I broke. I just had enough seconds and time to cry and then let it dry before the swollen face and puffy eyes uncovered that I knew about your lies. I know you're damaged, and if I can just manage to show you something different, then maybe he won't treat me the same. But I let myself get played in the game, and I said, we listen and we don't judge. You see, my orgasm started to dry up, and that's when I knew I had way more than enough. You're a hard ass indeed, but I'm a level 4 body armor. And a voice in my head spoke into view a mental picture of you. And it had big red letters that read the word ingrate. And it was like a secret attack code word for reciprocate and annihilate. I said, we listen and we don't judge. But wait. I'm not the unbothered and unbalanced type. I carry my weight very well when I tip these scales, keep all my faculties neatly tucked in their individual cells, but these bars just got bit. I got no more fucks left to be with the shits, and now I'm really with the shits because the old mentality is gone and there's a new warden in charge here to handle it. But I said, we listen, we don't judge. I was keeping track of where you and she was laying. I sat and read all the texts where you said you placed no one above and you love me eternally, so why can't we be together forever? So I asked him if he'd be home late. He said yes, so I sent him my last dime to make sure he ate. And he even told me he preferred that I dash the food right up to his front gate. But I said we listen and we don't judge. And I don't even know what my favorite part was. Was it the piss in his Sierra Mist or the sprinkles of venom in honor of me getting ready to be a new widow? I think not. I think my favorite part, it's the ashes that hang on a little chain that dangles him forever across my broken heart. Like I said, we listen and we don't judge. Welcome to the asylum. Porn.
Yo, everybody, do me a favor right now, unmute yourselves and give all the love you got for Malysa, the
I don't got no
exclusive.
love. She sound crazy when she be
I know that
laughing. It
maniacal
sound like
laugh,
she
bro.
ain't
That shit
evil. This
had
ain't
me
love
on
right here.
that.
I
This is
loved
some
it.
what the hell? I'm like, wait a
I
Yes.
minute, I
love it
know
though.
her.
All
This
the
laugh,
craziness.
that's what
She
all the
alright or
shit come out.
whatever.
My mind is blown all over my kitchen. I'm going to be cleaning it up the rest of the night. It's fantastic.
I'm starting to GoFundMe to get a maid service out to Nemo Sum to get his kitchen cleaned up.
Prices
I'm
have
about to
been
say, I'm a good cleaner, bro.
yes.
For paper 99 and I got Nemo.
Wow.
Clean it all up. What about
Fabulosa.
Thank you. See why I said I'm so glad you started this peacefully.
Yeah. Cause that maniacal laugh at the end there. Oh,
Thank you, guys.
Malysa, thank you
great
so much
set, sis.
for
Great set.
waiting on me to do this feature too. Cause I booked you just before Gus ever passed away, and I was like, yo, I know your feature's coming up, but like Dre's gonna be taking over the show for a while. I need a little break. And Malysa said, you know what? I'll wait for you to get back. And I was like, yo, I would feel honored for you to be my first feature back in the new year here doing it. And here you are, 2025, the year we're all gonna thrive. Yo, everybody, one more time, unmute yourselves and give everything you got for this wonderful
Absolutely
song.
amazing.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go, Melissa. Wow. As soon as I
Hey,
heard about this feature, I said, send me the link. You know what I mean? Because you know I'm coming out here to support you. You know what I mean? And that was a dope set. I love the feature. I'm sitting here eating pizza, listening to you smiling from ear to ear. So that's what's up.
eating pizza, watching the feature. Hey, and if you guys want to check the replay too, it'll be on YouTube later. So I definitely want to go back and hear some of those again for sure. And you know what? After we
Your
finish with round one, we might even get an encore during round two. We'll see.
Malysa, your pen is mighty and your voice is mighty and your presence is mighty.
Wow.
Uh,
Thank you.
well, I heard her do one poem. I think it was at Wits, like what, like 6 months ago, 7 months, well, like just before I got. And I reached out to you, and I was just like, I need to hear more. Like I was like, could you? I got a little open mic I do. Like, could you please come through and do a feature? He was like, yeah, I got you. It's like, whoa. I've been waiting for this for like 6 months, and you did not let down. Like,
You- no, I'm glad you didn't say that first.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what, because you said too, like, I'm a little nervous. Like, I don't want no pressure, no, but you did the thing. You came through, you showed out, and it was great. Your wordplay, like, so I'm not really a poet. I consider myself more of a freestyle artist, right? And I took up poetry, to try to increase my vocabulary, my emotional depth, my wordplay, my, rhyme schemes and all that. And like what you was doing with them words and that, especially with that, tomato, tomato. I gotta catch up. You know what? Like, yo, what? Like, and throughout all your pieces too. And fuck, that blew my mind too. I never even thought to read your name backwards with the whole asylum. Like, how crazy is that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just a
Now the
wonderful
laugh
feature.
makes sense, right? Now the
Yeah,
laugh make a little bit more sense,
yeah,
right?
yeah, 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 yeah. Oh man, thank you so much for featuring for us.
Thank you. I appreciate
Oh,
like
yeah, that
any.
was. And like I said too, I hope that after we're done with round one and we start the recording, if you want to stick around for round two and maybe give us a little encore, say like I told y'all, it's open room Friday nights, right? So it's last poet standing type of thing, right? So,
Take your
yeah,
time. I'm skipping school with Artie. So
bet, bet. And speaking of Artie too, here, you know what? I'm gonna drop this list because I mean we got, I'm back now, starting to book features and stuff, and I got this list going on, right? So next week we're gonna have Toxic. I don't know if y'all ever heard Toxic. I'm excited. He's gonna be coming in on the collab me and John working on. He's gonna be coming in the collab too soon with an amazing, I would say competition artist is what he wanted to come out to because he lost a job, couldn't work, but he needed to make money for his family. So he's like, well, I gotta hit this pen and I gotta hit this pen hard. and won a bunch of competitions, and then but then he also has like inspirational stuff. So like he could like win in a competition and like tear you down, but then on the flip side, he can do that, use that same skill to like bring you way up with his inspirational pieces. And I was like, man, someone who got range like that, like I like it. So we got him booked, same room, same time next Friday. And then following that, we're gonna have none other than Nemo Sum, and then or yeah, and then Nemo Sum, and then Deep Thoughts, which John introduced me to him recently. He was here on Monday. Amazing poet. Love the dude. Wanted to book him in too. And then we got Artie Foxx. Boy, I met him at Slam Jam. Dre's Slam show he did it. I was like, yo, as soon as I met Artie, I was like, bet. Dude, like after the show, me and him started chatting. So I'm like, dude, you want to do a feature for me? He's like, I got you, right? And so I'm excited for that. The first week in February. And then we have Bear Wolf. He did it, I think, last year it was Valentine's Day massacre theme. And it wasn't on a Friday, but we did it on the Valentine's Day. And so I asked him, hey, can you do that again this year? It was great. There's a whole backstory to it. He was with this girl, and they were going to be doing like this duet show for Valentine's Day, like at this thing, like all lovey-dovey. And she dumped him that day and didn't show up to the venue. So he's now at the venue waiting for her to show up, and she's like, "We're done." And he's like, "Well, fuck, right? Like I'm supposed to be doing this shit." So he just went south side with it and said, "All right, like this is Valentine's Day Massacre," and just and went up and did his poetry and music and like just changed, you know what I mean? And so then we let him do the show online with us last Valentine's Day. He's gonna be doing it, I think, again this Valentine's Day. And then after that, we have Nadia. I don't know how many of y'all in this room have met Nadia, but very, very wonderful up and coming poet who we've got to watch grow over the last few months. Um, and we got Carl Kutcher coming up. And I think, I don't know what's going on my list here, but I'm pretty sure we had Justine booked in here somewhere. Um, where was this? Or I think we still have to lock the date down for Justine. I think she was going to be March 4th, too. We just haven't locked it. But I think Justine's going to be featuring for us, too, who's in the room. And then we also got Escape Artist on March 7th. So, like, we got a dope lineup coming up here every Friday. Again, Malysa, what? Thank you so much for coming through and blessing us with that feature. I'm excited to watch the replay, like, cause I gotta learn some stuff from you, yo, with that wordplay, man. And you have fun with it. That's what I love about poetry. And I like how you said too, I'm more of a listener. Like I want to sit back and watch. That's why I do these every week. And then we got multiple shows because then I could just sit there. I'll get my little poem out at the beginning, right? And I could just sit back and enjoy all these different poets from all over the world. You know, we've done hybrids in South Africa and in Manchester, and we're gonna do some here in BC, and like just all mixing live studios. I think John Michaels too is actually talking to some venues in Virginia there about doing a hybrid, and so we're just trying to bring everyone closer together and inspire people and to hopefully make the world a better place. But that's a lot to put on oneself. So I like to say I want to make the world just a cooler place.
Mhm.
If I can inspire some art, maybe sell some cool clothes or give someone the space to express themselves, it'll make it that much cooler, right? And if the world becomes a little cooler, then by proxy it should become better, right? Because then all those cool people are gonna be like, hey, what's going on here? We need to fix this, right? So thank you for being a part of that and being a part of this journey and for speaking your mind, yo. And like he's already like, yo, your presence or Nemo, I think was like just you as a soul from the moment I met you. Like I don't know, you fan. And I love you, and I'm so glad that you came through to do this for us tonight, man.
Thank you. I'll say this really quick. Today marks 12 years to the day that I was in a coma for about a
What are the odds of that, bro? That
year.
I come back and ask you to feature on this? What?
So this has
Blowing
been
my mind again. How many times you gonna blow my mind tonight?
because I'm usually super emotional all day.
Yeah.
I woke up one day just like everybody else, getting ready to go to work. Had no idea that in the meantime, both my lungs were filling up with fluid. I had bilateral pneumonia. It then caused my heart to flood. So I had a massive heart attack, which then started to shut down my kidneys. So literally, by the time I got to the hospital, they were just looking at me
You were,
like,
yeah, you all your
"Damn."
systems yeah, all systems failure. Like we need an induced coma, start working. I was like,
Exactly.
and
And
that
so
was
just
12 years ago.
remember the doctor was like reading the paper, like he had paper and he looked at the paper and he looked at me, he looked at the paper and he looked at me and he was like, I don't even understand how you're talking to me.
Yeah, like
Like,
how am I describing? Yeah,
and then I
because I'm
do
Elizabeth.
your best. Like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. And I remember saying to him, like, just please do your best. And he said,
Yeah.
I'm going to do my best. And I woke up like 5 days later, had no idea I was even in the coma.
Do you
And
remember the doctor's name?
I don't.
Look in your medical records, find that out, and IG it to me because I want to personally thank him for making sure that you that you still
Absolutely.
kicking.
But yeah, so I'm super excited to even be awake and alive. I had my eighth granddaughter. She was born 6 weeks early. She is 12 days old today. She came home from the NICU on yesterday, so I've been hostage by a baby and her mom, but they're all doing well. And so this couldn't have been more perfect timing. And I want to say thank you to you and you all in this platform because it was just exactly what I needed
What you
from my
needed.
soul. It really was. So thank you guys. I adore it here.
Big ol' hug for you. And that's crazy. See, your eighth granddaughter is 12. And this is the 12 years after you to the day you woke up from a coma. Like
Yeah. Eighth granddaughter.
there's some numbers lining up here.
Mhm. I keep saying that like 6, 8. I say 6 and 8 for sure, but I'm not sure what the last number is. But 6 weeks early, grandbaby number 8. Now I just need like another number or two, and I feel like we're all gonna get rich.
Yeah. Yo, I'm gonna start playing those numbers and I'll just keep putting a random one at the end until I hit it, right? And then they'll be like,
Right.
hey, y'all, it's this one.
But today it's 8612. We'll see what happens.
Right? Oh, thank you so much again, like I said. And we have so many more wonderful features coming up. We have so many more poets here tonight. And if y'all stick around after the recording, I think we might go to round two because I want to encore. I want to hear more, even just about you. Like, I'm loving the vibe. It's a Friday night here at Open Minds. We're just getting started. Like, come on now. We got some wonderful poets coming up. We have escape artists on deck. But coming up next to the mic, we got Whisper Poet, who is part of the Open Minds family. She is the mastermind behind the Heart of the Artist, which I'm hoping we bring back at some point this year when things kind of settle down for everyone. Because it's just such an amazing show, and, such an amazing soul. And John is hopefully going to be meeting up with Nemo Sum and Whisper this Sunday to give a big old hug to from me and Kat. So, Whisper, whenever you're ready, could you unmute yourself? Let us know about what you're doing bi-weekly, the first and third Mondays with the mental health show, and where they can find that at, and bless us with some words. I'd appreciate it. Still trying to just stall in. Yeah, Whisper, you there?
Are you talking to me, Whisper, or the young lady, Whisper?
Oh, I didn't. Well, Timothy Proctor, I didn't know Whisper was part of it. I'm talking about Whisper Poet, the young lady, but I
Okay,
didn't know that was part of it.
I'm Mr. Whispers. You know what I'm saying? I
You're
don't know
Mr.
what came up.
Whispers. Okay,
Yes.
well, check this out. And you said too, can I go after Malysa? And I said, what is it a time thing? Whatever. And since Whisper hasn't unmuted yet, or said anything, yo, I got Whisper Poet here, so it could be Mr. Whispers Poet. You know,
All right.
we could
All right.
leeway. If you want to go ahead and bless us with some words, man, I'd really appreciate it, brother. And is it your first
Definitely.
time here at an open mind show?
Yes, this is my first time in open
Oh,
mind. Yeah.
okay. Everybody here who's knows the deal here, I want all of y'all to unmute yourselves and give a big open mind, open heart, open arms welcome to Timothy Proctor. aka Mr. Whispers.
All right.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Whoop whoop.
Oh, it
Yeah,
Glad you're here.
thank y'all. Um, this I'm gonna do a oldie but goodie, and this is one of my favorites. It's called Sometimes. How do I mend this broken heart? And how do I keep the rain from falling down? Tell me what this is. What makes the world go round? Oh, tell me, lie. See, sometimes I feel like maybe, just maybe her design is different. Like maybe something is different. It's been a long time since affection and kissing, and I was just reminiscing about the past. And even if there is a future, but I keep losing my soul for you. Trying to hold on to the materialized emotions that have been gone before I realized what happened, and now I'm trapped in its bitterness. And I keep asking God for forgiveness because I really don't want to hate you. And it's love. This love that made me feel like a caged elf that stayed in one place chasing his tail. See, I'm only human after all, so don't put your blame on me. And I won't put mine on you. But we just keep climbing through the windows of our souls, trying to hold on to that dust. Yeah, you know that same dust that we left each other in. Smothered in confusions, illusions of repairs with no tools. But baby, we starting to look like two fools. Or maybe gestures with no jokes. I had a dream about you, and my dream spoke highly of you. We were in the park and we were sharing an ice cream cone, and then my phone rang. Damn. It woke me up, and I was hoping that the truth wasn't mad at me, but the pillow next to me was empty. I pray to God you don't resent me for being forward, but baby, we keep falling backwards. But sometimes we balance in the middle when I'm riddled because making love to you is cosmic and our relationship is always gothic and shifty. And I always got to become the Batman in your Gotham City. And then we laughed at the penguins in our love because it was small to begin with, but I never really understood your two face. But sometimes I need that because it feels strange when you're the same. And we came a long way only to end up in two different places at the same time. You said your heart shattered. Bitch, I framed mine when it snapped in two. And I keep it on the shelf in my house right next to the Gorilla Glue because sometimes I'm still feeling you. And we share mixed emotions with no boat to float in. You cry me a river, then my lips quiver because I'm holding back that Hoover Dam in my tear ducts and I'm stuck. I'm stuck on your shore, searching for my shore, possibly our shore to be sure of. But this is what it sounds like when doves cry. And no one ever told me about the sorrow. Hey. Whisper loudly. Thank you.
Yo, first off, Melissa, why didn't you warn me about this motherfucker right here?
Damn, that's priority.
You know what I'm saying? I was not ready for that. I would have buckled myself down into my chair. Yeah, yo, your voice is phenomenal.
Thanks, bro.
Um, like that
Thank you.
singing voice you break it into too, just like uh, I'm I'm loving it. And so why do they call you Mr. Whispers if you can shout like a dove, man?
Well, that name was inherited from my grandfather. I'm the type of guy that as long as I'm talking, we cool. But when I start talking under my breath, whispering,
Oh,
I'm
did
ready
we?
to
Yeah,
do
did
something.
you? Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
ready to
yeah.
do something to you. You know what I mean? So my grandfather saw that as a kid. Saw that in me as a kid. And you
Call
got
you
family
Mr.
members,
Whispers.
my cousins, and we get into fighting or whatsoever. And I always was the quiet one, but I'm the one swinging. So
Yeah,
he said,
he's
"Oh
like,
yeah,
watch out
man,
for
you the
Mr.
whisper.
Whispers. Yeah.
Hey, watch out, you whispers. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call you Mr.
Right.
Whispers." I'm like, wow. So
That's
that's
dope,
what's
man.
up, man. Yeah.
Well, boy, hey, I'm glad you wasn't mumbling under your breath right now, whispering your breath, and that you came strong with that singing and stuff. You got another piece you could share for us, man? I really appreciate it, brother.
Sure, man. I got one for you. I got another one
Yeah,
for you. I love this shit right here, man. I love this. You know what I'm saying? My thing. I'm here for my sister, man. Like I'm just so happy watching her evolve, man. I remember when she came to the clubhouse, and then we ran into each other in Texas, but we didn't connect in Texas. We connected after that, and ever since, man, she's been like family. You know what I mean? So
that's
I'm
awesome.
here for her, man.
But hey,
But
you family here too now. Remember, hey, welcome home. You family here, so don't
appreciate
be shy. Don't be a stranger. We do Monday shows, Friday shows. We got some other shows coming up this new year. Like, yeah,
I
welcome
appreciate
home.
that. Let me see. Here we go. All right. Where you from? Man, I'm from the hood, where the young mothers juggle wick welfare, sex toys, and dope boys to manage. And the dope boys keep AR-15s that speak Spanish. Calmate, calmate, calmate. You can't mingle if you ain't bilingual. It's single bolt action parenting around here. It ain't safe. And the women brace it, they don't see their sons or their husband's face snitching on the first 48. They got helicopters and choppers, the metal holler like rock wallers. I got to get up and go to work in the morning. And the yellow tape, it got me yawning because I'm tired of all the gunfire. My desire is to move, but the slavery is economic and it's atomic to your soul because you can't see it from the gate. And by the time you do, round here, it's too late. Poor education. And the veterans and the elderly are still working on 9 to 5 to pay for their medication. That's the code of the streets. The city never sleeps. The concrete stained with juvenile blood. Show no love. That's the code of the streets. The city never sleeps. Even the creeps get crept on. You got to keep your whole mindset Teflon to survive around here. They say that weak people, they die around here. So to stay strong, keep your wind long. But how do I crack the code of equality? Is probably locked in the vault in the Vatican's with the other 13 books of the Bible. I can't go to an ATM and punch in the code and get the Bible, but I'm liable to get shot for writing this poem. But I insist on inking it. I know I wasn't the only one thinking it. I just might get blackballed, but before I do, I want to go to Italy and ask John the Pope, is my code of the street inside that black dog? Wait. Maybe I'm too much of an intellectual. Is it true that King James was a homosexual? Who has the code? Somebody does. The true answer is love, but the whole city thrives on drugs. And the piss poor that stay pissed off for nothing. And the young savages, they don't mind offing your on button for the code. The explosive explode. I don't care what y'all say. Just maybe the code of the streets was hidden under Donald Trump's toupee. And in my hood, we wear Air Force Ones to stay fly, but the president, he gets to fly in the Air Force One helicopter with OnStar. So you think if we all got together and we bought enough pair of shoes, we get to fly with a porn star? I wonder how high can she reach? Probably about as high as a foreign wife in red bottom stilettos stealing Michelle Obama's inauguration speech. It doesn't take an ophthalmologist to see that that's the code of politics. Perhaps they'll make a sun when her moon collapsed. The fact is that we don't exist. It's like we're all put on a blacklist, and it's a disgrace. I just want to get the code so I can get my personal life erased from social media. And one day get this poem right here printed in an encyclopedia. I wonder, did they label me in slavery and my code is my social security number? I don't know. Well, for that presidency, I don't think Donald Trump got the code of the streets. Whisper loudly, y'all. Yeah.
Bro, everybody, unmute yourselves and give it up for Mr. Whispers.
Yes. Love it. Always.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yo, all I gotta say is welcome home, and I hope you come through more. And I want to work with you on some collab and stuff too, man. Cause just I love your
Yeah.
side. Like I think that like we all need to eventually this epic collab's gonna have, like I said, everyone in this room. Because you can learn a little bit from everybody, whether it be the vocal range on the delivery that you did, from singing to speaking to spoken to strong to light to, you know what I mean, to the cadence, or like the wordplay that Melissa does, and the vivid imagery, or Nemo with just cramp packed in the most impactful words, and Laura with that wonderful, beautiful, everyone we've heard from tonight, everyone in this room. I know all of y'all. I've heard all your work, and I really feel if we come together on this collab and start working, we can all learn from each other and increase our art that much more. And if we can spread creativity and inspire the next generation, that maybe they'll create a better world.
Oh
So
yeah.
Yeah. So thank y'all so much for being here. Like I
Thank
appreciate it.
y'all,
One
man,
more
for letting
time.
me share, man. I'm gonna duck out in the scenes and just listen. You feel me?
Bet. One more time before you just mute out, man. We want to give you flowers one more time. Welcome to the family.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. We
Thank
hope to
you.
see more. Give it up for Mr. Whispers.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah, Mr. Whispers.
All right.
What did it see? This is why I love doing these weekly features too, because I've noticed over the years, I've done hundreds of these features, and it's whoever's featuring for that week kind of sets the tone and the pace and the and it's like so like you, Melissa, tonight have created an amazing night with your energy and what you brought, and it's like I love seeing just the different week how they unfold with the different vibe, the different energy that people bring. It's like, oh, they feel, oh, I'm gonna read this poem, or oh, and so like it's so cool, man, watching these week after week. And like I said, we got a whole bunch of dope features coming up. Whisper Poet, are you back? Are you there? Are we gonna keep you on tentative list? I think, yeah, I think Whisper might be a little distracted still. So we're gonna keep her tentatively just floating on the list. But we have plenty of more people coming up, and escape artists. You coming up next and talking about these features. You're gonna be featuring for us too. I'm really excited to hear that. The first week in March. So 2 more, 2 months. Yeah, 2 months from now. But yeah. Oh, she just fell out too. I think she went to turn on her mic and it might have crashed her. Yeah, here she comes. All right. So yeah, escape artists. You're gonna be featuring for us 2 months from now. So I'm really excited to hear that. Congratulations on the baby. Congratulations on keeping your pen just full of lava while, going through pregnancy, giving birth, and raising a newborn. You still haven't dropped the ball on your writing. And I love everything that you guys. So yeah, if you can unmute yourself and bless us with some words now, I'd really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for the space. This one I'm going to start with is called Betrayal. Here we go. Too many hugs led to too many knives in my back. I guess I'm naive like that. Can't tell a smile from a mask. Too many scars remind me to walk alone. Friends turn to foes as quick as the wind blows. Remember it used to hurt. The breaking of a spine meant to keep you upright, grabbing for hands too full of envy to help you up. You learn to crawl. You learn to walk again. But you'll never forget the first thing that pierced your back. Your best friend, your sister, your brother. Don't be fooled by the smiles, the false laughs and giggles. Frail figures are fickle. Betrayal. Your voice sounds friendly, like mine. Sounds like you can trust me. And that's all I ever wanted to hear. Your face is familiar, like someone I love, like someone I look up to. I see the way you treat kindness, like a dartboard or a bullseye. You've turned my back into a cutting board, not something knives can actually break, just something to cut, something to stab at, as you often do. Eyes emerald green from envy and greed, born inside the kin to me. People I love, people I now grieve, smiling faces meant to deceive, murderous shadows cast over me, gathered tightly around me. The Brutus, the Judas, I see the blades they carry in the windows of their soul. Too many scars remind me to walk alone. Can't tell a lie from a smile or a mask. I carry the consequences on my back. Um, the first one, second one. Okay. This one's called Job Description. These are pretty old too. These are from last year. So here we go. I looked in the mirror and saw God. It's not to say I'm breaking the first or second commandment. It means I finally understood who I was, Creator. And I hope He knows I've been trying, battling this bone-crushing doubt I've been fighting. Trying to walk in His Goliath footsteps has me lost with every step I take. I look in the mirror and saw God. Not to say I'm trying to be one, just realizing the parts of Himself He left in me. It's my job to create just as He did me. I can feel He left a bit of greatness in me, but the devil's got a hold of me, and he can see it too. The greatness I'm trying to become, which is why He militarized skepticism against my inkling of faith, hanging on by a thread, an army of hate to seal my fate, trapping me inside my head. Sometimes I wish death. I'm not in a prison anymore. I looked in the mirror and finally saw God, and His footsteps, how they carry the vessel forward, even if filled with fear, in the joints of my fingers, how they make life out of anything they brush upon, painting pictures with colors and words the same. In the baby, I crafted of flesh and bone, like I said. I looked in the mirror and saw God. Not to say I'm breaking the first or second commandment, or that I'm even trying to be one, but when He made me, He left a couple of tools behind in this mind, gifts for me to find. It's my job to create, no matter the size of the imposter begging me to stop. Thanks.
Yo, thank you. Everybody, unmute yourselves and give it up for Escape Artist.
Escape artist. Wow.
Lovely.
And make sure you guys check out her book too, yo, Confessions of an Escape Artist. Um, look on the heart of the artist too for her interview. Just such an inspiration. And just go like, yo, she just go get it. She always doing something. Like she can't stop. And it's like I find that fire in her every time I hear your voice, and I just appreciate you being here so much, Escape Artist. And thank you for doing everything that you do. Yeah, once
Thank you
again,
for having me.
give it up for Escape Artist.
You got depth, and I love it, escape artist. Thank you so much for sharing. You have good depth. I like that. I can't wait to hear more from you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
We appreciate you. All right, Whisper Poet, another call for you. Is you back yet? Whisper. All right, I guess Whisper Poet is still incapacitated, so we'll just keep her on tentative list. And I noticed Shockie ducked out, so I'm gonna keep Shockie tentative. So hopefully Shockie comes back, cause Shockie will be on deck. If not, it'll be Artie Foxx on deck. But stepping up to the plate now, we've got Justine. And I thought I locked you in for a feature, so you gotta get back to me sometime in March. We have dates open, cause I want more. I know you've been working with John on some collab and stuff, and I love the way your pen's going, and I just want to hear as much of it as I can. So yeah, Justine, if you could bless us with some herbs, I really appreciate
Of course, I appreciate that. Um, so this is actually a little bit, I guess, I want to say appropriate for what's happening now in California, where I am. This is called Ashes. I walk among the graves of cities, their bones jutted high in the bloodless sky. The wind sings dirges through hollow towers, where glass no longer shivers, where steel bends in prayerful arcs, rust blooming like old wounds left untended. The sun, a smothered eye, peers weakly through clouds of ash. Gray veils the morn, all that was. I alone remain, a wretched testament to the will of flesh. My hands, cracked and blackened, still clutch the memory of life, still hunger for the warmth of something that isn't a fading ember. Beneath my feet, the earth groans, brittle with decay, its marrow leached by fires that I can still taste on the wind. Even now,
The scent lingers, charred skin, scorched dreams, a million screams strangled mid-birth. And yet I wander through the skeletal forests where leaves have turned to ash, through the choking rivers that whisper secrets in tongues of sludge. I carry their whispers within me, a vessel for their endless requiem. The silence screams louder than the storms that once tore through the world. I buried my child in the blackened soil. Her laughter echoes in my ears, fainter with each step I take. Her name is a knife I swallow each morning. Her face is etched behind my eyes, flickering like a fading star that cannot bear to die. I no longer seek salvation. No gods linger here. They've turned their backs as the sky fell, left us to the wrath of our own hands. I am their penance, perhaps, or their cruelest joke. A woman alone, cradled by the bones of the earth, crucified by the weight of survival. Each breath I take feels stolen, each step a defiance of some unseen decree. But the world will not forgive me, and I will not forgive it. In my wake, the ashes rise, twisting shapes of those who fell. They beckon, their eyes like smoldering coals. But I do not go to them, not yet, not while I still stand, not while the sun claws its way through the veil and my shadow stretches long across this desolation. For I am the last witness, and the world must remember its end. Poem. And just in case, San Diego's all right so far. It has spread, but it's about a town over from where I am, and everything's okay so far.
Well, hopefully that the fire doesn't spread to you, and that all them fire jumpers out there putting their lives at risk, those convicts getting paid pennies on the dollar. Hopefully, just everybody's gonna come together to where you and yours and even your neighbors that town over. Hopefully, don't make it that far. You know.
Yes.
Um,
Um, all right. I'm gonna do The Tempest and the Hearth. Beneath the waning snow moon's light, the woods lie shrouded, silent, white. Each tree stands haunted and bare. Each dusk breaths forth a spectral air. A breath of gloom, it chills the night. A whispered longing, pale and slight. I tread this path alone, forlorn, my heart in halves, forever torn. One world, a hearth, so safe, so kind. Its solace dulls my restless mind. The other, fierce, a tempest's cry, a maddening thrill. Yet I might die. And here I stand, betwixt the two, a life uncertain, split in view. I wait as years dissolve and fade, no voice to answer, none conveyed. The snow moon wanes, its paws grow deep. Time folds and bends as if in sleep. But then a stir, a step, a spark, a figure breaks the shrouded dark. A presence fierce, both wild and tame, the match to kindle my cold flame. His eyes, two coals, his smile a blade. He strides where ghostly dreams are made. He is the storm, the midnight's hymn, the edge of shadow's jagged rim. His voice, a tether, draws me near, dispels my doubt, consumes my fear. A Gomez to my dark Morticia, his words a spell, his touch a scripture. He breathes the fire my soul once lacked, a love unhinged, unbound, intact. And though my worlds still war within, his presence bids their clash begin. No peace, no choice, no tranquil sea, yet in his arms I dare to be. Beneath the waning snow moon's gaze, two souls ignite and set frost ablaze. The woods bear witness, still and grim, to love as wild as winter's whim. The winds rise up, a solemn choir, to echo the crackle of newfound fire. The trees bow low, their branches bare, as if to bless this fated pair. No path ahead, no path behind, yet in his arms the stars align. A bond unbroken, fierce, divine, two wandering hearts, one threaded line. And as the moon slips into shade, our vows are cast, though none are made. For in this night, beneath the boughs, I find my truth, my sacred vows. A love that burns, that dares, that stays, to light the dark through endless days. Beneath the waning snow moon's glow, two hearts are one through ice and snow. Poem.
Everybody, unmute
Yeah,
yourselves and give it up for Justine.
like that.
Wow.
I'm excited to
Yeah.
bring her on the Epic collab too. John and her are working on a collab right now, and then I was like, yo, you gotta bring her on the Epic collab after you guys get done what you're doing, cause her pen's been on point.
Yeah, beautiful metaphors and imagery.
Yeah, gorgeous writing, and the tone was just beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Amazing stuff as always, Justine. And we got to lock down a feature for you too in March, okay? Hit me up when you
Yes,
get in mind.
I will definitely contact you.
All right, bet. Appreciate that. Yeah, talking about features too. This next gentleman we got here, Artie Foxx. He's gonna be featuring for us on February 7th, the first week of February. So yeah, make sure y'all stick around for that for sure. Um, we got it looks like Jeff ducked out. I don't know if he's gonna come back, so he's gonna be on tentative on deck. If not, it's gonna be CP on deck and Artie Fox stepping up to the plate. Artie, man, if you could bless us with some word, brother, I greatly appreciate it.
What's up, bro? How you feeling? How's everybody
Feeling
feeling?
good, man. Feeling
Set
good.
my light off, bring it
Now,
good.
now I gotta let it joint just 'cause I see you smoking one. Hold up. No, I'm
Yeah, yeah,
playing.
it's only right, bro. I'm about to
Yeah,
step out. It's
got
been
you.
a little while, but I gotta get myself prepared. I'm actually on here and supporting Clubhouse, and my man got a live on Instagram Live. So
Hey,
I try
what? This
my
man
best
over
to
here
like,
doing three, four things
hey,
at
bro, I
once.
be because like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like this, so I told myself like, so last couple of years, bro, I've been doing a lot, and a lot of people support me, but I do so much that I don't have time to support them. Like I just don't. Like I try my best to when I have time to give it, but I be so tired, like mentally, not just physically, mentally, I be beat, bro. So it'd be like, all right, but I want to try this year my best to manage my time more and not just be freely doing shit so that I have more time to support because I look back at events and I'm looking at pictures and just different people who show me so much love and I look at their features and I'm not even there. I missed them because I was either doing my own thing or I was sleepy because I was doing my own thing. So I think that it's all about time management and finding that figuring out what things are more important. Me trying to weigh everything out according to how I thought they were and not sitting down and actually taking the time to be like, all right, this needs your time. This might need your time, but this stuff needs your time. And me just throwing everything in a box and doing what I can do and picking out of a hat kind of, it didn't really, I don't think it equated to the same love that people gave me. And I don't want to feel like, or people feeling like they showing me love and I'm not giving it back, that I'm just talking about showing love because that's against who I am. I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'll just
Yo, I
not
think
talk
we can
about it.
all learn something from that in this new year. Like let's really try to reach out and try to show each other as much love and respect as we can and try to do better time management, right? Because, you know, rising waters bring up all ships, you know what I mean? And like, yeah, you
Absolutely.
could spend all the time focusing on yourself and burning yourself out, but then like, what's that gonna do? Maybe get you something. But if we all helping each other out, we all inspiring people, we all bringing people up, then we all gonna be good, you know?
Bro.
So I think we can
When I'm
learn from that.
moving by myself, I forget that I'm not alone. Like I don't really got no a lot of poetry endeavors that I do alone. I got people that I'm doing it with. So I be so focused that I tend to forget sometimes. Like, bro, you don't gotta do this. You can go do something else. Just let the other people know what you're doing. But I'm so busy. I'm so used to everything being on my shoulders and having to do everything. And control shit's like, nah, slow the fuck down Get yourself together. You got people around you that like doing stuff and like helping you because you can do the same for them. So how about you just stop and manage yourself and not just time, but manage you. I think that as people, we get caught up in the things that we do and the things we want to do. Your wants and your needs, they mix a lot. But when you
Yeah.
become a performer and you start showing love, your needs kind of start bending because it's not just about your needs. Your needs become the wants of other people. How good I perform gets me paid. So it's like I can't. It's not just about my needs and my wants. It's about what I got to do to keep this shit going and what I can do to help my peers keep it going so that they can also help me. We can talk anytime, bro. I'm gonna do this
Yeah, yeah.
poetry.
No, I'm gonna get you on a yeah. Hey, I'm gonna get you on an interview too, because I'm gonna be starting an interview show this year, and I want to get you on an interview.
Yeah, but yo, shout out Malysa. That's my dog.
Yeah, what? Hey,
It's
she done
crazy,
killed it
bro.
with this feature too. What?
I met Malysa lives in Maryland, right? I'm from Maryland, and we live in the same state, but we met each other in Texas. You feel me? So I had this feature out in Texas, and she popped up at the feature because one of the openers was her friend. She didn't show up to see me. We didn't know each other, but the person who she showed up for was a good friend of mine. So she came through, and we all vibed. And to be honest, she's more my friend than the other person is now. So it's like it's crazy how life ends
Hey,
up
through
going and how
poetry though, it's not crazy. It's because y'all connected as poet friends. Now I always thought this. I met a lot of people in my life, right? Tons of you. I grew up in South Florida, right? I met thousands of people. But when you meet a poet, yo, within that first hour, you know almost everything about that
hey,
poet
bro,
because
but
they
I
gonna
ain't gonna
bare
lie.
their soul.
Respectfully,
They
some
go
some
to say
people
like you
some
meet some
people
people
would be
you'll
like that,
never get to know them.
but
Some
not
poets you meet
Malysa,
and
bro.
it's like like you
Some
know
some
every.
people some people I would agree with you, right? But
Mhm.
not Malysa, bro. We ain't really vibe on poetry, bro. We vibe off of just life. It's weird. Like let's not get it
Y'all was
fucked up.
just
We're
like
both
yeah, y'all was
poets,
like
and
fam
we
straight up like
and
yo
we
know
do
y'all vibe
mad
because y'all on the same
poetry shit.
wavelength. Yeah,
Yeah, like but we
it
were
just
able to
so happens
look
y'all did
around and
poetry.
laugh at stuff instantly. Like normally, like you can't laugh at people with people unless you know the people you with. Well, we were strangers, still able to look around and laugh at other things around us. And it was like, oh shit, are we like long lost friends or some shit like that? So it was a little bit different than poetry. Unlike I meet a lot of people, but Malysa, I met her. It was a little bit different than poetry. Poetry definitely brought us together, but it was who we were that connected way
Yeah.
deeper than even if we didn't do no poetry. Me and her was gonna be cool.
See,
Like it
that's
just was
crazy,
meant.
yo, because I met a lot of poet friends like that too, where it's like, yo, even if we didn't do poetry and we didn't, like, just you, like, you're, like, you as a being, like, you and I, for some reason, click. You know what I mean? Like, and it
Word.
doesn't even have to deal with the poet, but I find most of them are poets, but we don't even connect over poetry.
It's because our poetry is who we are so much
Yeah.
that we don't like. I know for a fact, bro. I've listened to myself talking to people, recordings on Instagram, right? I don't have to do a poem to do all the same things that make my poetry great. No, when I get to talking to people, those same attributes come out. I can't help it. So I don't have to do a poem
Yeah.
to be
Yeah, you
poetic.
don't even have to read, yeah, exactly. You don't even got to read a poem. Just them meeting your soul, they automatically can
Yeah,
feel
we
that
are who
poet
we
in
are.
you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like you just carry that light, right? For the word. But
Hmm.
hey, we're gonna get an interview another time because I think we still got some another person on the list here,
My
and then
bad,
we're gonna
bro.
kick
My
around
bad.
too. No, 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 it's all good, man. I'm excited to get to talk to you, and it was you know what I'm saying ending up the end of the show, and whoever's still hanging out is gonna stick around for round two to share more poetry. So I believe everyone here is all right. But yeah, on deck we got CP Mays. But yeah, Artie, if you want to bless us with some words, man, I appreciate it.
Nah, for sure, bro. I'm gonna just get started. Most of my poems don't have titles. I just come up with titles on how I feel. And right now, this is called God's Calling. Might be called something else later on, but for now, it's called. Um, hopefully my dogs are still working. But anyway, uh, I just want to go home, but my sins they got me lost. I just want to go home, but my wings keep falling off. Hey, y'all, my granny and my cousin passed within months of each other. My mind's still mangled. This shit ain't easy. I don't care how strong you are. Lost bonds, they bound to change you. So I try and be stable, but still end up stuck, stupid. I mean, fan falling from every angle. I mean, I need a rope to climb out of, but depending on how you tie it, well, that rope, it could be the same thing that hang you. I kind of zone out to one of my homeboy songs. catching gems that could change you. But he was on point when he said it. He was like, I think I'm alive because God only causes angels. And with all of my karma weighing me down, well, I can only hope to be a fallen angel. I mean, 100 funerals in 60 months. So obituaries and who to bury gets sold by the same sad salesman thinking that spot, it won't fit you one. I mean, you better not wait too long. I hear a guy at the hallway yelling black souls. I got him for cheap. You better come get you one. I mean, those same black killings, those tragedies that used to kind of stop time, they don't even play now. I mean, one by one, I had God calling folks. It's not a Black Lives Matter shirt on nobody, not a city leader or nobody with cool shit to say now. Like where the march is at? When it started at? I'm looking around like all I see is demons electing demons. I mean, flag swapping more than the gangs on the West Coast when people play around. It might be way too late for even my pastor to take a knee. Why try to pray now? I mean, pitchforks and burning horns at the polls and at rap shows. Ew, they got hella oil, brainwashed over time. Even if it don't go fix, you can think those songs wasn't cool, but Diddy was diddling and it was all for you. I mean, that's the opposite of holy. So don't just attend those situations. It's not really for you. And I'm sorry if you disagree. Over time, those lyrics might get in your mind, but they won't fit your sins. I mean, flaws of my father. I'm still here dealing with the same shit again. Then I look up. I'm like, yep, I'm still stuck. Pain coming through all angles. Thinking, yeah, I'm only here still because God only causes angels. And with all the karma weighing me down, I can only hope to be a fallen angel. And then I forget my old piece and go back to the beginning. Like, I just want to go home, but my sins, they got me lost. I just want to go home. Hey, yo, my wings, they're completely broken off. I'm sorry my dogs was barking in the beginning. I apologize. It was getting a little loud sometimes.
Nah, it's all good, man. That shit was dope. Everybody unmute yourself. Give it up for Artie Foxx.
Nah, man, I love, bro. I appreciate y'all, man.
Fuego as always, Artie.
Artie.
Fox, that was phenomenal.
Better get it, bro.
Thank you.
You such a professional.
Hey, listen, I'm still stuck off the laugh mid poem. I ain't never heard that laugh since I'm sitting over here with my headphones on, like, hold up. Maybe for the 2025, she going hard evil shit. Maybe the asylum broke out finally. It should let the motherfucker loose just with it sounding a bit like. But laugh on.
Boy,
Wow, yo, that shit was maniacal as fuck, bro.
Hey, bro, but it wasn't off-putting though.
No,
You
it
know how
wasn't. It was
sometimes you
like
hear like
comforting
some
and
evil
like,
shit and it's like, all right, ew, or I don't want to be around that shit. It was like, all right, hold on, what's next? What you got? What you got for me after that evil laugh? Like, what is it? Is it some more evil? Maybe I'm with the evil this year. I didn't know I was with it. You feel me? It was like that type of time.
that shit was dope. All right. Yo, Shockie G's back. Shockie, you got a poem for us? You was on a tentative list. If you got a poem for us,
I always got a poem for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
fuck yeah. Bet. All right, well,
I don't know
CP,
what
you're
poem
up
I.
on deck. Or actually, Jeff is up on deck, and then CP is Shockie, if you can. That's not that. You mean it does.
Is it me or Jay Taylor?
Well, is Shockie was on tentative?
Okay, I just wanted to know because there was so much silence. I was like, oh shit,
Yeah,
am
and
I
then
supposed to?
Oh wait, it's
yeah,
me.
yeah, it's on. Yeah, Shocky, you came in right at the end of him, and you were tentative on the list. So like technically, is your turn, and then Jeff Taylor, and then CP Mace.
Or
Oh,
So yeah,
okay.
if you could bless us with a
My
piece,
bad,
I
bro.
greatly appreciate
My bad, CP Maze. I moved you.
don't start, Shaggy. Don't start.
I'll read a short one. I admit I may be toxic, or it's the Virgo in me always seeking perfection, afraid of failure. So I leave before you get the chance to, or I stay long enough to make it your fault. How dare you be the person I met? My own self destruction, self sabotage. I knew you'd break my heart before I gave it to you. That's why I gave it to you. Because no one can break my heart better than I can. Maybe I needed a muse. This notebook's been harder to fill lately. Or I convinced myself I deserved the world. And Saturn seemed good for the taking. The truth is, I mistook your rings for halos. I never loved you. And there's that toxicity again, crocheting its way through my masculinity, thinking you soft, hoping your maternal instinct be stronger than your self respect. We're not allowed to hate me. I hope every time he makes you smile, it reminds you of me. And every time you fuck him, I hope you whisper my name and remember I did it better. But I was never perfect, and neither were you. We're both a Virgo's worst nightmare.
Wow.
Short piece.
I know you.
Do I know you? What?
I
New
know
phone.
you.
New phone. Who this?
Yo, everybody unmute yourselves and give it up for Shockie G.
Good stuff, Shock.
Always kill a Shockie.
Shockie.
That's out the book. I got the book, right?
I got the book
You
too.
gotta have that book.
Yeah. No, it's not in
Also,
the book.
It's not the book.
No.
no.
I just wrote it today.
Okay, it'll go in the
Wet
next book.
paint. Yeah.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I'm so excited that I got to meet you in person. Because I always have seen you from like this side. And so when people become real tangible, like I'm always like super excited. And quite like what Brody Artie said, it's like you either are in an awkward space or y'all are cool. And it was like we got in the same space and it was kind of like Highlander, like everybody's looking like, I think that's you, but I'm not sure. And that was me, like, I think that's you. And then you get the looks like, I think that's you. But once you click, it's just like, oh yeah. And so it just was a pleasure to not only meet you, but to experience your artistry like live and in person, and then to get passed off the book. And she was basically like, "You ain't buy my book. How come?" And I was like, "Damn, I bet I no smoke." So I got it, but nonetheless, I would have got it anyway because I definitely that you are a unique.
I was probably hungry. I was probably hungry.
Me too. You see what? Yeah, is down there, Galactic. But
don't tell people I'm definitely cuter in Zoom. So
look here.
Let people think.
I tell them too.
Bullshit. You can't get any cuter than you are in person or in Zoom or anything. Yo, what? Hey,
Yes.
yeah, Shockie, thank you so much for all that you do, and I'm
But no,
excited to meet
likewise,
you
it was
too
a
in
pleasure.
person.
I was actually looking at our not creepily at our selfies today because I was finishing up my documentary. I actually finished it, y'all. Saturday the 17th, we're gonna do a viewing of it, and then after that it'll be on or Friday the 7th. Wait.
Yo, send me the link in my IG.
Wednesday the 15th will be the viewing, and then on the 17th, I'm gonna put it up on YouTube so you can watch it whenever you want. But if you want to watch it with us, that'll be Wednesday the 15th. I don't have the details yet, but I will be putting the flyer up soon. No, Whisper's back.
And Whisper's back. Whisper was actually on a tentative list too. We're gonna have to push Jeff and CP back once again. Because now Whisper's back on a tentative list. Whisper, where'd you go? We missed like your turn was like 8 turns ago.
I went out into the cosmos.
Alright. Well, welcome back from the cosmos. If you could bless us with a poem, we greatly appreciate it.
Heck yeah. Shockie, I'm excited about your autobiography. That's freaking fantastic. All right, this is called O Human Interaction, How Art I Toxic. I dare you to step off the sidewalk into the wilds of me. This place not safe for the safety of others' well-being. I have clawed through the riprap of mental illness for nuggets of truth, unearthed the seeds of my malcontent. No shovel sufficient to dig up this shit, only fingernails and blood. And the mother lode isn't fertilizer for balance and gentleness. It's landmines and grenades with no safety pressure switches. I want to have a safe interaction, but I don't know how to regulate my gang. My trauma's ingrained. They are all OG. They were actually here before me. Medication, a roulette game, therapy, hit or miss. Airing out in public spaces, a danger to others. Airborne virus particles of my trauma fill your alveoli into respiratory arrest. I need a filter to strain the debris of my madness from the milk of my breasts. The tap is toxic. Poison running, strychnine sweet and cold from the wellhead. I don't want to hurt anyone. But my trauma would render you dead if you're not my savior. My psyche will accept no less than a gladiator to defend her wounds. A leprosy that begins in the 4 chambers of my chest. I must protect you from my anthrax dust. My lips are your cardiac arrest. Be wary, sweet guest, that if you are destined to love me, beware, you only love me from a distance.
God damn. Okay, that was worth the wait. Everybody unmute yourselves and give it up for Whisper Poet.
You know that's how it starts, Whisper. You cross that honest with myself line, and then that next line comes up quick as fuck, and then you can't stop. So kudos on just like the courage it takes to put that out into the world and not keep it to yourself. Super dope.
If you're blazing trail, I'm right on your ass, baby.
Let's do it.
Thank you so much for that. All right, so now we got CP Mays on deck. We're coming up to the plate now. Jeff Taylor, I miss you, Jeff. Welcome back. If you could bless us with some words, I greatly appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, I'd love to. Thanks. I'm at work, so I had to duck out earlier, and I'm gonna probably have to duck out just after I read this poem, because I get some work to do. But I'm glad to be able to get in here and hear some awesome poets and read a poem myself. This poem is called "If My Depression Were a Flag," and it's after a poem by the same name that's written by William Taylor Jr. in his book "A Room Above a Convenience Store." So go check out William Taylor Jr.'s poem, and here's my poem that I wrote after his. If my depression were a flag, I would burn it, hiss on its ashes like an agitated revolutionary. If it were a car, I'd drive it like I stole it. Let the cops separate us like the scolding parents they think they are. If it were a ship, I would abandon it on the disillusioned shores of my social engagement. If my depression were a god, I would fuck it, run my tongue across her worthlessness until she prayed for me to cloister amongst her cold stone walls. If it were a stranger, someone would write a sitcom about us. We would meet under unusual circumstances, becoming life-defining friends. If it were a heart, I would draw it badly on a Post-it note, stick it to my wife's phone before I leave for work. If my depression were love, I would teach it to fly, how to keep its feathers light, pulling lift from under the wind. If it were a house, I could mail it letters to its address, not knowing if they'll ever be read. If my depression were my mother, I could ask her to pick my kids up at school, She would make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, cut the crust like they like it. If it were a ghost, they would make a museum of my body, give tours through my dark attic. But my depression is a song, a viral diss track spit over a haunting melody. I know all the words, the silence before the beat drops. Thanks.
Thank you. Good to hear about your depression and good to see you smile at the same time. I miss you, brother. Welcome back.
Good to
Everybody
be
unmute
back.
yourselves and give it up for Jeff Taylor.
Hey, great write, man. Great write.
Yeah, that was a wicked poem, Jeff.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Beautiful words.
Gritty. And I love it. Whenever you wake up and choose violence, it always touches me.
Yeah, some days are like that.
Not tonight though. Tonight's been a pretty good night. This morning may have I woke up wanted to kill someone, but the rest of the night was wonderful. Thanks to Malysa, the exclusive for the feature, and for CP Mays closing out round one and the recording. We might go on later, but you gotta be here for the after hour show. Sorry, YouTube. But yeah, closing us out tonight, we got none other than CP Mays. I love you, brother. I haven't talked to you in a while. I ain't seen you. I know you've been busy, but I
Yeah.
miss you. If you could bless me with some, let me know what you've been up to. Let me see that wet pain, man.
Yeah, man. I've been juggling collabs out the ass, prepping for some good stuff in the summer, prepping for the biggest regional slam in the nation that goes down in June. So yeah, man, I've been all work, no play, folk. And
Are you
school
saying
semester's
Southern
about to
Pride?
start. Huh?
Are you referring to Southern Pride?
Yeah, Southern Fried, so fried.
Okay.
Hold up. You are coming to Southern Friday. You coming to Atlanta in June?
Oh,
Yes.
see if you bring the thunder.
Wait, I thought Southern
Dude,
Pride
and
was
I
in
gotta be in your
Louisiana.
entourage.
Yeah, I thought Southern Fried was like by New Orleans.
Yeah.
I think it's in New Orleans this year, Whisper.
I don't know. Wherever it is, I nominate myself to be in your entourage.
I'll tell you what.
I will carry your autograph book and your pen.
You can take care of my all the bad credit baggage. You can carry all of that around with me. Like I have nobody else to help with the bad credit I carry. So
wait, you already got a
some
team,
muscles.
CP?
Huh?
You already got a team?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It came together
You
like
ain't shit.
I know. That's what's crazy. That's what's crazy. Yeah, I'll let you choose, Shockie. Poem A or poem B. Uh-oh.
For Southern Fried?
No, for this
flip
read.
a coin. For this
I
read
hope
right
your tire goes flat and you don't make it.
I love it. I love my support system. It is unique.
Poem B. Poem B.
Poem B. All right. It's entitled Car Crash. Tomorrow's a promise I never learned how to keep. Yesterday is all I've ever known how to hold on to. It'll make more sense when the present makes more sense. I promise I will always love you like a car crash. Tongue like a tabernacle, well-versed in razor tides. She learned to speak laceration, suicide notes, and I love you fluently before ever graduating the 6th grade. By 8th grade, her mother died, leaving her only an arranged marriage, more like a summer shotgun wedding between her and Jack Daniels. By spring, she divorced and left him for Jose Cuervo. They still hold menage a trois from time to time. The first time we kissed, she stared straight into these 2 parole boards. She would later sentence and convict as my pupils and made me promise to always love her like a car crash. Baby, I never meant to drive you away, but Lord knows I've been afraid of DUIs ever since then. Losing ourselves like religion, I became addicted to the way our scars fucked each other along the sheetrock we called skin, do you remember? On my 21st birthday, you showed up naked wearing nothing but sleeping pills and the concrete in your cheekbones. We stayed up all night trying to pave a road towards salvation just to remember that the roadmap of life has always been published by sin. But on a rainy, cloudy Valentine's Day in 2003, you disguised yourself as both of my witnesses in my courthouse wedding and convinced the judge to sentence me to a 2.5-year marriage of misinterpreted love. But last week, you showed up to an open mic wearing a hippie skirt that flowed like 3 well underdressed hallelujahs, the color of Judas's tears. You brought me a Heineken, 2 drinks, and hugged me so goddamn close, you mistaken my heartbeat for a rush hour car crash, and you drove me home to my 23-degree townhome with no electricity and began to kiss me softer than the wind chill factor we mistaken as our lives, lips puckering like 2 hands praying, saying, I got something serious to ask you. So from the hip I said, shoot. She said, write me something beautiful and promise to give it to me tomorrow, Maze. Write me something beautiful and promise to give it to me tomorrow. So I did. This is the best that a broken heart can breathe. But this is how the opening stanzas will read. Tomorrow is a promise I never learned how to keep. Yesterday is all I've ever known how to hold on to. It'll make more sense when this present makes more sense. I promise I will always love you like a car crash. Poem. Yahtzee.
Everybody unmute yourselves and give it up for CP Maze.
CP,
Yeah.
fuck Erica Jong, fuck 50 Shades of Grey. I want
That's
to eat the world after hearing that poem.
Oh, that's good shit. Yeah, 2025. I'm trying to. Not I'm trying to. 2025.
You're not gonna try. You're gonna do, CP.
Yeah,
I
it's
know
gonna
you.
happen.
You're not one for trying. You're one for doing. You know what I mean?
2025. I want it all in 2025. Whisper. You name it. I want it all. I'm so hungry. My ribs are showing. You know, like whether it's.
I read every day of 2025. I've listened to "Man at the Garden" in the morning when I first wake up. Have you heard that song?
Nah. Who does it? Who sings it?
Kendrick. It's on Kendrick's new album.
I'm not like up on Kendrick. People are slowly bringing me up on him. Yeah.
I'm not like super Kendrick either, but this song is like all affirmations. I'm gonna send it to you.
Oh, please do. Please do. Yeah, because it's poetry or die for me, 2025. So
straight up.
Yeah. Appreciate
it. It's poetry and thrive, not poetry or die. CP, look, because you got to cast the right spell. It's not poetry or die. It's poetry and thrive.
Already.
That's where you're heading.
Already.
Not poetry or die. No, you're poetry and thrive. Right?
Already.
Positive, right?
Yeah.
I love you. Thank you so much, bro, for coming through and blessing us tonight.
Sorry I missed the feature. Sorry I missed the feature.
It's gonna be on YouTube.
Okay, word.
So we're gonna wrap up the video here with Terry Rose Jurtson came through to close us out. After that intensity of CP, we're gonna leave y'all with some more light. Yeah.
I wasn't ready, but okay. I'll find it. Never ready.
That's life.
Oh gosh. I just got in a little while ago. I've been running around all damn day. My birthday's on Tuesday.
Oh, Sookie.
I like frames that you have on. So take your time and find what you're looking for so I can check the frames out.
What do I have on? What?
Your glasses, the frames.
Your frames.
Are
yeah,
Yes, I love them.
These are prescription. I had to get them at Lens Crafters, believe it or not.
Oh, I love.
Girl, you look badass.
I know, right?
I got my hair did today,
no.
you know. And
You are
I
like
didn't
the
have time for
sexiest naughty librarian right now.
Oh, I
that's
love the
what
necklace too, yo.
Generalissimo always calls me. That's what Brian always says. He wants me to take a picture of myself and send it to him.
He
He's
wants to
gay.
carry
So
your
I'm like,
books.
Brian, what good is me sending my picture to you gonna do you?
That
Dude,
respect is that you
you're gay,
styling,
dude.
yeah.
All right, so here we go. This is the end. My ass plastered to my couch, never moving, even sleeping here. Because don't sleep together anymore. Sounds of snoring will ruin it for one of us. Yes, this is the beginning of the end. Smell of death in the air. Avengers Endgame will be nothing like my own. Thankfully, there are several best case scenarios playing out in my mind. One involves herds of horses running free in the fields. Secret childhood wish granted for the pony I never received. Hindsight realized this request of a young girl was incompatible with a small town life at the time. For one thing, we were not wealthy enough to afford that responsibility, even though I was brainwashed into believing that if there was a will, there was a way. Non accessible ways were left out of the concept. Alternatively, there is my beach house with the shutters manifesting by the universe as we speak, endless parades of friends, surfers, sun worshippers, sharing La Playa, salty air in my tousled hair, bonfires, roasted marshmallows, seafood bake, dreamlike state. What can you do but just keep swimming? When you're lost, ask for directions. P. Sherman Wallaby away. Some unknown place and time. I don't want to keep living in survival mode. I imagine a simpler way. Luxury senior community filled with enjoyable activities, affordable on my retirement income, leaving enough left for vacations and cruises, should I so desire. If you like virgin pina coladas, or selling everything I own and passing on the funds to my kids while I live and breathe. Leave nothing for the state to take. You're not the boss of me now. You're not the boss of me now. Going to drive across the country in a camper van. Hippie lifestyle activate. Visiting all my poet friends. Give them their flowers. Road running because it's harder to hit a moving target. Chakras open, third eye, looking in a multiverse, seeking infinity stones, entertaining reoccurring thoughts of buying that I Am Dead, Now What book on Amazon. Perhaps this is the final chapter, a fitting finale to my colorful chameleon life, or perhaps I'll shed my skin and be reborn, starting this crazy come full circle life again till I get it right.
Wow. Everybody unmute yourself so you give it up for Terry, right? Yo, that piece was on fire.
I love you. I love you. Do you like the B-52s?
Oh, yeah.
You remind me of a B-52 song, like that joyous, wacky, wonderful, wild, get in Fred's car and go for a freaking ride down to the joint. I mean, like, yes, 1,000 times yes.
I'm the road runner. I am all over the place constantly. I'm gone all day. I'm gone for like 12 hours. And then I have to come home because I get too tired. And it's either get a hotel room wherever I am or come home.
And we're so glad that you choose to be here dang near every Friday night. Even when you're late and you show up to close out the show, we're so glad you're here. And we hope you stick around for after this recording. But yeah, I think we're going to end the show there. So once again, Malysa,
We're
thank
not
you
doing
so much
round
for
two?
doing this. No, we're going to do it round two. I got to end the recording.
Okay.
And then we're going to do it. Yeah, we're sticking around. No, most of us are probably going to be sticking around, but you got to be here live to be for the after hours. But yeah, Malysa, thank you so much for everything that you do. Thank you for coming through and blessing us with some poetry. Yeah, we love you. If y'all want to unmute yourselves and give it up one more time for Malysa, the exclusive.
Let's go, Malysa. Oh.